So, ladies and gentlemen, another request on our channel. Now, this player kind of reminds a lot of people of a throwback you would see to the 1970s, because he came up as a rugged defenseman who wasn't scared to drop the gloves. He became a fan favorite in Quebec and the WHA when the Nordiques had very few Anglophone sounding players. But he was born in Verdun, Quebec, and if you know you come from Verdun, you're pretty tough. So today we're going to be talking about the undrafted sensation and a big drink of water, 6'2", 205, Wally Weir. Now, Walter Edward Weir played 320 games in the NHL from 79 to 85, and a big 150 games in the WHA from 76 to 79. Now, he's part of their Avco Cup winners in his rookie season in 1977, put up 20 big points in 69 games, and 6 points in 17 playoff contests, including 1 goal. Now, he first came to major prominence with the Longueuil Rebels of the QJHL B League, but then started skating with the Beauce Jarros, which were an affiliate of Quebec and some other teams at the time, put up 26 points in 56 games in that NAHL season. Now, with the Flint Generals that year, he played 7 games. Now, 78 was an injury-plagued year. He only played 13 games in a regular season, but was ready for the playoff ride with 3 points in 11 games. Now, when Quebec jumped to the NHL, he was on their protected list. First season in the NHL, put up some decent numbers, 15 points in 73 games, including 3 goals, 133 minutes and penalties. Now, by the time the Battle of Quebec started, he was a big force in that. 82, 84, 85 he wasn't around, but 82 and 84 everybody remembers, especially in 82, the battles he had with several of Montreal's key players. Now, he wasn't an enforcer per se, but he would rack up quite a bit of penalty minutes. For example, in 82, he had 8 points, 3 goals, and 5 assists, but 173 minutes in penalties. And in that playoff run where Quebec got as far as the semifinals, he had 15 games and 45 minutes in penalties. But what he offered on the ice was a lot more than just raw statistics. Just like we mentioned with Rick Green the other day, he was protecting Quebec's key players, but when Dale Hunter arrived and some of the other tougher players on the team, his kind of duties went down. But when he won that 77 Avco Cup, he was there to protect Bernier, Cloutier, Tardif, all the key players, even the Quebec goalies on occasion, because for whatever reason, the WHA, when he played against Quebec, they would run the goalies, and there was a famous fight where Wally Weir was the third man in, because I think it was actually Cleveland. Not Cleveland, excuse me, but Cincinnati had ran the Quebec goalie, and he stepped in, and it made the news down in Cincinnati saying, major brawl, where it was only Wally Weir, who was a big drink of water, was flailing on this guy. Now, he also got a fan base in Frankton. I talked before about the Frankton Express being affiliate team of the Nordiques. In 84, he became a sensation in New Brunswick with a big 23 points in 44 games and 4 points in the playoffs. Now, he got back to the NHL with Hartford and Pittsburgh in 85, 38 games, 8 points, and 90 minutes in penalties. But his last season in minor pro, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the real Wally Weir that we predicted came out. He had 300 minutes in penalties in 67 games, including 5 goals. And if anybody knows the history of the Baltimore Skipjacks, they had a lot of rivalries within their league, and Wally finished a lot of fights on behalf of their key players. Now, what was kind of ironic with this, ladies and gentlemen, he only played 23 playoff games in the NHL, but he put up some decent numbers for the Nordiques in the postseason in those last 3 years for Quebec. But Wally Weir was your typical third defensive defenseman. He showed a lot of skill, and even though he wasn't drafted, he proved to everybody that the people gave up on him. They shouldn't have, because he was always someone that the Nordiques fans looked to protect and to basically showcase the best players on the Nordiques, because if anybody touched Tardif after the Jozio incident, and Bernier and Cloutier and everybody else, Wally was there to, watch out. So this is our latest in our WJ Ventures podcast. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Any of the Baltimore fans can remember the 86 season. I do remember that Wally had a few third man in incidents as well. He was known for that, not because he started, but he would kind of finish it. Let me know what happened that year. But that 85 Penguin team, there was a lot of talent on that squad, and of course eventually within 5-6 years they were back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. But anyway, the Franklin Express stuff, there's a whole bunch of press photos that I saw when he was down in Frankton for the Gleaner. So if anybody wants to see some really interesting photos, Wally was kind of photogenic, or was in the Gleaner write-ups quite often, because he was always in the middle of the action. And that's a year he really didn't serve too much time in the penalty box. So I don't know what exactly happened with Baltimore. Unless coach said, he said, Wally, go take care of that guy. 300 minutes in penalties in 67 games. That's a good average. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.